The North Central College track and field team celebrated the opening of their brand new state-of-the-art facility Friday night. Men's and women's basketball teams are 2 games into the College Conference of Illinois and Wisconsin season, and the Cardinal wrestling program is currently ranked 12th in the country in the latest polls. All this and much more as the Cardinal Report rolls on. The Cardinal track and field program unveiled the Carius and Gramarosso Gallery Friday night. Joining us today is head men's coach Al Carius and assistant head coach Frank Gramarosso. Gentlemen, thanks for joining us. Friday night, alumnus, there must have been over 500 people packed in the new state-of-the-art facility. Just how nice was it to finally get that thing open and to unveil it to all the alumni and fans of the Cardinal program? Coach Gramarosso?
It was fantastic, and I think it was well over 500. I know they had over 1,000 of memento batons, and those were gone really quick. I know some of our athletes got them, but to open this new home for us for men's and women's track I thought I'd never see the day.
Coach, the track, it has your name named right after it. 44 years in the making, and I know that you had talked about a state-of-the-art facility to get the program to the next level. Now it's finally come. Your thoughts?
Well, first to have my name on it, what I think anybody realizes and in their life is that it's not the Carius track. Certainly that track is represents all the alums that have ever been in our program, all the people that have supported our program, all our friends, our coaching staff, everybody that has had an impact and an influence on our program, and that's critically important for me to have to say that, because just to see that name up there I'm proud of it being there, but I want everyone to recognize the fact that for me that just represents them.
Coach Gramarosso, I know that you spend a lot of time with some of the sprinters, some of the field events. How many Division III programs have the pleasure of training indoors in a 200-meter track?
Well, I think it's quite a few, more and more. Smaller institutions, Division III institutions, I think a draw to their institution has been, especially out east, having a recreation/track facility. I know the Wisconsin State schools all have one in combination with physical education. So we've been kind of lagging behind in that respect. I know Augustana's had a track, Carthage has a track, Milliken shares one with the community in the Park District. There are quite a few Division III schools. Now, having the 200-meter facility we have with a 6-lap upper balcony, I don't see many of those around. I know St. Olaf has an upper balcony. I'm not sure how large it is, but this is a great time for us to be where other colleges have had these facilities, and some of them building new ones too. Wartburg just finished their new facility. They had a previous smaller one, but it was still a 200-meter track, so we're catching up.
You've been 28 years with the Cardinal program along with Coach Al Carius, 155 CCIW champions. How have you guys been able to keep up that consistency of winning when, just like you said, for a while there, your guys' facility was beneath kind of the norm? Well,
you can't do it by yourself, and believe it or not, I think there was a time when Al did it all by himself, probably quite a long time ago, but we met one another, and I was still a high school teacher, so I wasn't giving up a lot by coming here on a part-time basis to coach, and then it developed 3 years later into a full-time job teaching in the department and being full-time on the staff. So it takes a lot of people, and we're fortunate in the area that we do have some retired coaches that this is the only thing they do. We have alums who believe in the program and outside of their main jobs come in volunteer time. It's unbelievable the staff we have, and currently there are no limits for the NCAA for Division III on coaching staff, so I think we're a pioneer by having the number of people that we have volunteer and make a small part-time salary.
How do you feel, what is it with this program that keeps the volunteers coming back, that keeps people wanting to help out with the program?
Well, the success we've had and the things that Al has built, whether he likes to admit it or not, someone had to orchestrate that and trying to get, people to coach the event areas. Football has, event specialists. They have position specialists, and track and field has the same thing. And it's very difficult to have a complete team unless you have someone in the throwers area and someone in the jumps area and someone in the vault, which is separate from the jump sort of, and someone in the sprints and the hurdles and help with recruiting and all those aspects. You really need to have a lot of people.
Well, Friday night we got to talk to a lot of those different coaches as we took our first look at the Cardinal track and field team in their new facility in this week's What's the Word?
We should do pretty well. We got Jake returning this year, who went 18.5-inch last year, and he has trained really hard between then and now to continue to do well. We got a real good sophomore coming back, John Wood, who's a phenomenal young man, great technician, pole vaulter.
And then on the long jump side, we got a freshman, Joe, that could be really good. Our veteran senior, Kyle Haste, he's looking pretty strong.
Bobby Kaputska has the best chance of being an All-American. He's only a sophomore this year, but he's got a lot of ability. He's just loaded with a lot of power and speed and athleticism.
We've got Matt Borchard back from last year. He had been a conference champion. Eric Goros is also back. He's a senior this year. Matt's a junior.
Team without me this year, I think they're still excited. From the sprint side, I know Cam Culpepper. He's a leader coming up this year, and also with one of the transfer students that we had that I actually had the privilege of running against when he was at the College of DePage, and he transferred over to North Central, and that's Dan Benton.
I'm hoping we win nationals because cross country's brought it home, and our pole vaulters are supposed to be really good, and I'm just hoping the sprinters can pull it in too.
Well, Coach, as you guys can tell, a lot of excitement from the assistant coaches heading into this season. Coach Carius, what are some of the athletes that you're excited about seeing this year? Obviously, 4 All-Americans returned from last year's 7th place finishing indoor national team.
With a team that's over 100 athletes, to start naming specific athletes, I'm always hesitant about doing that for fear of leaving somebody out in the process. I think what we're really excited about with the team is the balance that we have, that we really have a great pride in scoring in each and every event that's participated at the conference level, and we'd really like to take that to the national level. So I think that's what we're really looking forward to, is continuing to build the talent in depth of talent throughout our entire team, and I think we've been able to do that through the years, and I think that's what we're anticipating and looking forward to this year.
Coach Gramarosso, last year, 2 pole vaulters scored big points for you at the individual meet, and John Wood, he was a freshman at the time, and junior Jake Winder. Both are back this year and both looking to score big points for you. Is there any sense of urgency with this year's team to get something done at the indoor national meet with the fact that Jake's a senior?
I think coming off of the cross-country championships that many track athletes were watching that and in tune with what was happening, and certainly our 7th place finish last year, even though we slipped to I think 29th place outdoors, it does take a lot of bodies to be there, and certainly Jake and John returning, plus a good group of freshman vaulters, and in the events that I work with our graduate assistant Mike Bina, we work with the sprints and multis, and Joe Schneiderbauer is a decathlete. This year he's going to try the indoor pentathlon. He did hit a provisional mark last year in the decathlon. Matt Borchard's a high jumper, but he used the pentathlon last year since he's a jump specialist, it's a little easier for jumpers indoors, and it's the 2nd year that we're having that event. He was really close to being a provisional qualifier last year, so we're looking for some big things there. And Dan Benton, a junior college transfer, a national junior college champion in the 400, is going to fill the spots that were vacated last year by Greg Jackson and Tommy Robertson, and the year before Adam Pennington. So Dan's going to step right in and should be a national leader, provided he's healthy and ready to go.
Well, Coach, we're excited to see how this season unfolds as well. Thank you so much for joining us. And stay tuned as women's head coach Carrie Cluckhone joins Al Carius and myself. We'll be right back.